You know, there's been a lot of excitement lately about Hearts of Steel, and I believe Hasbro Pulse is doing 2 Hearts of Steel 2-packs, of course, being Deluxe Class Optimus, who turns into a train, and Starscream, who turns into that weird plane thing. And they're also doing another one with Bumblebee, and I don't remember who else is coming with him now offhand. Not that it matters, because I'm actually going to take a little bit of a foray today into Hearts of Steel by way of Mastermind Creation's Knight Morpher Warper, which is the same version, the same mold that they use for their Starscream and their Thundercracker. That's meant to homage, of course, Hearts of Steel. I love MMC. I've reviewed things from them before. I own things from them. So I have had high hopes for this guy. Is he good? Is he not? I don't know, but he's going to be our focus in the latest GotBot True review. Hey, one, hey all, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course subscribe, and while you are at it, light them up, baby. Hit that notification bell, please. Helps me out a ton, lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that is in the description down below. Also in the description down below, and if you happen to be in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link, check us out on Patreon, see what we have to offer to you through Spring, or of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. And as I said, this is Warper. I will note now, I thought he was 100% complete, but it seems like there's one of these pieces missing. It's not in the bag or anything I have. I've already talked to Daryl about it. Shout out to Daryl. This is on loan to me from him. And I'll also note now that there is, I'm going to call it a ninja star that you can do with the 2 wings and these 2 like hip wings. I could only get the left one off. I couldn't get the right one off, and since this isn't mine, I did not want to force it at all. So I talk about it, but I don't really show that. Those couple of caveats aside, how about we head over to the table and take a closer look at this guy. Man, how can you not love MMC? Mastermind Creations has been around a long time. They're one of the few companies that do releases that can fit in with a mainline collection. I am perpetually impressed whenever I get an opportunity to look at anything from MMC. Whether it's Feral Rex, though admittedly the KO had its issues, but the official, I have no doubt is fantastic because it's MMC, right through to things like Salvia Promenon, which is their Solus Prime, right to their take on Hearts of Steel, going back a long time, about, I want to say 2012, 2013, somewhere around there. This is the MMC Knight Morpher Warper. The blue one, being Thundercracker, was known as Stormer. And the one that looked like Starscream was Screecher, I think. And this is Warper. It's obviously Skywarp with a Hearts of Steel, I guess, take, design that looks absolutely wild. I thought that this was sort of apropos to look at because we are getting, as of this recording, an official take on Hearts of Steel from Hasbro. I've heard it might be a Pulse exclusive, so I guess we'll see. But it's not the first time Hearts of Steel has been cast in plastic because MMC did it a long time ago. 3 tiers of wings, very cool. Same on the back, you can kind of get a look for it. The top down looks wild, but a lot like what the Hasbro offering will be. I will note now, this canopy section up here, what it is attached to is some very thin plastic, and it likes to pop off. If it pops off, I'll just put it on after the fact. It's probably going to do it. I have yet to transform it without the canopy popping off. I will also note that as this is an older release from MMC, the plastic has a more rigid feel to it, like it did way back then. Doesn't mean it feels bad, but it's definitely more rigid. This is on loan to me by a good friend of the channel, Daryl, and I don't even think he realized that it was complete because he got it as like part of like a lot or something that he bought. It is complete. I will note this. There's also the ability to take off both of these wings and both of these wings from his hips to make like a giant ninja star pinwheel type of thing. I will take these off just to show it, but I cannot figure out how to get these off the hip. Well, that's a lie. I know how you're supposed to get them off the hips, but the tolerance seems real tight, and I do not want to break this where it's not mine. So I'm not going to take these ones off, but I'll show you the idea behind it. This is it for like the plain mode. It's so hard to actually compare it to anything else because what the hell else really looks like this? These do rotate and spin, as does the one on his chest, which is neat, I suppose. I guess we'll get into the transformation and hope that it all works. Really though, the transformation is a lot like Studio Series 54 Megatron, where you can do all of the lower body and get that situated, and then you can deal with the upper body after, which I do like, and I think it was important to do that for this guy. That said, I do wish that the alt mode was a little more compacted than what it actually is. So we're going to begin with the lower body, and we're really going to begin by using these two little gray tabs that my fingers are pointing to here on the back. They're into slots up under the elbow. They do not like to stay there. I do find that they come out pretty easily, but it's not a big deal because the guy, even if you pick him up, is quite solid, right? So even if those tabs don't go in there, the hip joints are strong enough to hold it there. This is the waist skirt. I didn't see anything on. As you can see, Daryl has no instructions or anything for this. So I assume that the hip skirt just goes up out of the way here on the back. If it's supposed to go transformed another way, I don't know it. In terms of scores, we'll do all of that once we get to robot mode. Okay, I guess there's nothing left to do but to begin the transformation. I'm going to begin by taking both of the pegs out. We're going to bring down a leg and straighten it out, which I should be able to do now. There we go. Straighten that down. We're going to bring that up over the front, and we're going to put this piece back on here, and it comes out to be the heel. And this piece, I think, is supposed to go in right here in the knee in like a little, almost like a little notch. And then we will turn that one this way. We're going to try it again over here now where you'll probably be able to see it a bit easier. So, straighten out the leg a bit, bring the hip down. Because of the way the knee is, you actually have to like hold the thigh and straighten the leg out. Once you have the leg straightened out, you can bring this piece to the back, make sure this purple piece is onto it, straighten up, or I guess you could turn the leg, straighten up the foot, and I think the tip is supposed to go into a little notch up right there in the leg, if I'm not mistaken. Not that it goes there perfectly. Bring down the hip skirt if you didn't do that already, and now we should be able to turn at the waist. Yeah, we should be able to turn at the waist, and we're going to be able to stand this guy up to do the rest of the upper body. So I'm going to adjust the camera, adjust him, and we'll continue the transformation. Okay, now comes an interesting part. The way these arms are held in here. So you'll notice that we have this purpley tab, I'm going to call it here. This is the bottom of Skywarp's arm. The legs went up into this little slot here on the back, right? That's where this tab on the knee went up into this little slot, and this is the bottom of Skywarp's arm. To put these up, you need to open the bottom of Skywarp's arm, which we will do now. It's pretty tight, actually. Got that one down, got that one down. Once you have the bottom of Skywarp's arms down, you then need to remove these. And they come down on the side, and I personally like to angle them to the back. They're on like a bit of a spinner there. And then, and only then, should you close, then and only then should you take out the wrist and close up the arm. Now, why do I say all of that? Going to this one over here. Because if you look down here, there's a little notch and a little notch on the black piece, and there's little divots on the side of the arm, and the black pieces go into those divots. Then you close this up underneath. If you close this up first, without having the divots in, it won't close all the way. It won't be transformed right. These will probably be floppy, and this will probably fall open. So open the arm, put in the hand, take the hip piece and put it up on the sides of the arm, on the sides of the forearm I should say, and then close this panel up over last. So I'm going to take that one down, and I'm going to take this wrist out. By the way, there's a nice little tab there to bring the wrist out, and I'm going to bring that hip piece down. The hip pieces, when you take them off to do the pinwheel thing, you don't take them off the whole thing because this is pinned on. But there's a set of like teeth here, and you kind of got to get them separated from the teeth. I've done it on the left side, and it was tight and scary. I have not been able to get it off the right side, and that's why I'm not going to force it. Then we should be able to now take an arm here and straighten it down. Keep that black piece out on the front. And take the barrels of the cannon and turn them to the side. Same thing over here. We're going to bring the arm down. We're going to keep that black piece out on the front right now. And we're going to turn those blasters. So far, everything has been pretty darn smooth, I think. Now we get to the hard part. And the hard part is the canopy and the wings. So, come here and take that out of a little round hole on the side of the canopy. Come to this side, and you've got to do the same thing. You got to remove it from the canopy, which is not the easiest thing to do. There. Now, the whole canopy should come back over the head. Oh, actually, before we do that, we push the top fin in. A lot of people do the top fin after it's down on his back. I find if you leave it till it's down on his back, you're definitely going to knock this off. So I do it up here. It might still knock off. I got the coast clear. Be careful when you're rotating this back. Do not push it too far. People have pushed this too far back and broken the canopy off. More appropriately, broken the little connectors of the canopy off. And I don't want that for you. Don't want that for Daryl. Don't want that for me. Now, down in the legs, when you move the knee, there's a little bit of Mech Tech Automorph here on the side of the legs, which is cool. But now we're going to rotate the wings back, and in doing so it brings up the shoulder pauldrons as well as his head, his very Seeker-esque head. And we bring that up, we bring that down. Once you have this down on the back, you can close these wings in. But I'm not going to do that just yet. Instead, I'm going to show you what we're supposed to do. We have these pieces here that turn, and really what we're supposed, I guess you could put these up if you wanted to. What you're supposed to do though is turn these, I think this orientation, I hope it's this orientation. Let's see if it's this orientation. Yeah! So you turn these to this orientation. There's two orientations. One where you can see space in here and one where it's a crossbar. When you see the space, I think, let me make sure. Yeah, when you see all the space, this little notch in here is able to slot out of in here. We'll do the same on this side. So we turn it. Right now I can see the crossbar. I'm going to turn it so that it's clear. I'm going to take that off. What you by rights would do now is there's a little T-slot here. Little tiny T-slot, and you would take these off and put one into this T-slot and one into this T-slot, and then you would take both of these using the gray pieces and they would slot into each other, and you would get this big gigantic bat thing, and you would have another wing down here and another wing up here, and it looks like a Ninja Star pinwheel thing. So, I'm not doing that because, like I said, I can get the left one off, can't get the right one off, and where this isn't mine, I have no interest in breaking Daryl's thing. We can also bring these shoulder pieces up now and leave them there. Not for nothing, if you really want to use this as a handle, please know that he can also hold them in his hand just fine. No problemo. I'm going to put these back on now, because why not? And that should go down there and on, and now turn it to lock it in, and collapse that wing. With this one here, I'm just going to collapse the wing now. It's already collapsed. You just saw how that was done. And we're going to, again, I'm going to line this one up. And we should, I don't think I had it quite lined up. Come on now, there we go. And like the other one, I'm going to now rotate it so that the crossbar is out, so it too is locked in, and boom, in the end, here we have Knight Morpher Warper, or Hearts of Steel Skywarp, in his robot mode. And if you're wondering about the size of him and that sort of stuff, if you're actually not familiar with this mold, here he is next to the Earthrise Skywarp. Gosh, let's just move that a little bit and bring him in here a little bit. And like you can see the difference here. But you can also see the similarity. So I'm going to leave Skywarp here for a moment. Starting from the feet and working our way up. We might as well start giving scores. By the way, let's give a score to the transformation. I think the transformation is a 9. It's a great transformation. Why am I saying it's a 9 instead of a 10? 1, I do wish that those little tabs on the legs locked into the elbows better in plane mode. 2, I wish that the hip pieces could come off so easily so I could show you the pinwheel easily. And 3, the canopy, while this is the first time I've actually done the transformation successful with the canopy staying on, I know that it likes to come off. And if you actually look at the mechanism that it's attached to, it is thin, small plastic. So be careful with the canopy is all I'm saying. Okay, so 9 for the transformation. For the look, starting from the feet, working our way up. We should have purple on the feet. We should have the little purple detail on the leg, which he has. We should have black thighs, legs, silver torso. Normally we would have a cockpit in the center, as this guy does, but we have a what do you call that? Not a rotor. I guess a rotor. On the front, which is a Hearts of Steel thing. The gray on the arms, I think that's also accurate to Hearts of Steel, as is the purple on the forearms. The gray hands, also accurate to Hearts of Steel, if I'm not mistaken. And if you wanted the upper arms to be a little more traditionally black, I mean, you can always bring the shoulder pieces back out over, right? I mean, no reason you can't do that if you're so inclined to want something like that. Let's get him out of it. The purple detail on the otherwise black wings all looks pretty darn accurate to me. I mean, maybe we should have had the purple go over the top of the wing a little more, or maybe the biceps should be a little more black, but I look at this, and is anybody on the planet going to look at this and mistake it for anyone else other than Skywarp? You'd look at this and you'd say, that's a weird looking Seeker. And when you find out it's Hearts of Steel, you'd say, oh yeah, okay, I get it now. That's Hearts of Steel Skywarp. That makes sense. So in terms of the look, I'm still going to give it a 9. It's probably not perfect. I'm not huge into Hearts of Steel, but like I know this as Skywarp, and I think it's mostly accurate just based on the references I've looked at. So a 9 and a 9. Let's do the articulation for the guy, because that's the last piece. So we know the wing pieces, they can come off. Can they? I don't think they fold back. No, they don't fold back, or if they do, I can't get them to. The head goes left and right. It can look up and not up, a little down, but not much down. It can look up, it can go left and right. It's a little hard to access it with everything around it. The arms, they're capable of going like all the way out to the side. They can go forward on a ratchet, it sounds like, and back. I don't guess you can do all the way around. Well, I guess you can do all the way around if you have the wing taken off. We have deep elbow, I mean, all the way. We have a bicep swivel. We have a wrist rotation. We even know the barrels can move. We have, pick up the waist skirt. We have a waist. We have hip skirts that can all move up and get out of the way to give us a beautiful kick forward on a soft ratchet. Kick back about that far, which I think is fine. In terms of out to the side. Yeah, he can do full splits out to the side, no problemo at all. Knee to well over 90 degrees. Thigh rotation, toe can angle down. I guess it has a little wiggle to the side. Heel can come forward and back as well. So maybe a little deeper ankle tilt, but that's it. Guy had a 9 and a 9. I'm going to say that the articulation is a 9.75. I think this, even now, some 13 years later, is an excellent Skywarp. It's an excellent offering from MMC, and it still scores somewhere around a 9.25 to a 9.5. Excellent Hearts of Steel Skywarp, even all these years later. It'll be real interesting to know how well the Hasbro release matches up to the MMC when that time comes. And here we are once again, and here he is. So, the articulation is splendid. He can pull off so many excellent poses. The transformation is so, not hard, but I'm not going to say it's easy because the plastic is very rigid, and there's a couple of places where the tabs don't quite hold, and the way that you kind of fit the hip wings into the arm panel is a bit odd. So interesting transformation, but it does take some getting used to. I love that the wings can come off. I think that's a neat feature. I wish the ones on the hips came off easier, and maybe it is easy for people that have silly things like instructions, which I didn't have. After reviewing this and knowing how excellent MMC is, and this is about Voyager size, I really am curious to see how the Hasbro one will work out. I do know that the Hasbro one tends to have the wings down like they are here in robot mode, and it seems like it's all one piece. So I don't think the Hasbro one will be able to extend the wings out like this as they're kind of supposed to. Time will tell. I don't know if I'll ever get a chance to look at the Hasbro one, but if you know this mold, boy, the Hasbro has a lot to live up to, because this is splendid. Let me know what you think about MMC's Knight Morpher Warper. There you go. I appreciate you guys coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you are in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring. Of course, you can hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you are at it, hit the subscribe button, man. Stick around and have some fun with us here on the channel. And don't forget, not for a moment, not for a second, that you right there, you do make a difference in the world. You probably hear some noise off to the side, by the way. That's Starscream wife taking some stuff out of boxes. So, yeah, pay no mind to that. But don't forget that somehow, some way, you do make a difference in the world, and I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights, at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way right here, inside the videos.